Hey guys, this is Rise, and we are back with the final installment of the BSL Race Wars. And where did we leave off? Last we watched Zeke beating Grime Boss on Reap the Storm. Pretty good ZVT. And now we're back to ZVP match here as we look at Zeke going up against Gosu Dark, which Gosu Dark is a really fun player to be watching. So I'm glad that we can watch this replay together and see if Zeke can hold on. So they're playing on Optimizer. We'll take a quick look at the map here, and this is a pretty wild map. I've seen a lot of fun games on it, to be honest. There's four positions. We've got obviously top left Zerg, Zeke, and bottom left we've got our Protoss Gosu Dark. And this map's got an interesting little feature of some minerals. I can't really point to it on the map, but some minerals right outside of the natural that if you mine them out, it lets you get over to a third base that's pretty well protected, obviously outside of drops, things like that. Very hard to siege it. I don't think siege tanks can quite reach it from where they would siege up to try to reach it. And it just lends itself to some very odd play I've found in the games that I've watched. It can be difficult for Protoss to wall off, and Gosu Dark in general, being our Protoss here, is known for some wacky, wild plays. Very often you'll see Gosu Dark play one base against Zerg, which is unheard of. I mean, just nobody, with the exception of maybe like 1 in 100 games, plays one base against Zerg. It looks like he is not necessarily playing one base this time. Looks like he's going to opt for the standard Forge Fast Expand, which makes sense, especially on a map like this. It's just such a nice map to get that expansion up and running, and very easy to defend. However, we've seen some games where Protoss has struggled against early Lings, being able to get by again, just because that choke is so wide that it takes a lot of effort to block that off a lot of buildings. I believe it's another gateway and then some in order to block that off. Obviously, he's got the scout off on the Zerg very early, so he's feeling pretty comfortable. Decides to go for the Nexus before the first cannon. And obviously, knowing that there's a expansion out before the Lings, he's got plenty of time to get that cannon up. And it is coming up now. Should be up before the Lings get there. And even if they do get there, there's just two of them. They're not going to accomplish all that much damage while he gets set up. Zeke, on the other hand, is opting to go for his third base at the 12 o'clock position, which is makes a lot of sense because this does take a little bit of time to mine out. There's 250 minerals per patch, so it's just divide that by 8, and that's the number of times you've got to have a drone mining around, mining through it in order to let you out. So normally people will mine that out first. They'll get their probes or drones up there and then transfer them down to here once they start mining out a patch or two, just to open that up. Alternatively, you can try to use that as a way to harass, because in this particular case, which is not always the case, but in their current setup, they're actually connected here. They will be fighting over this, so this is just not a very likely map or a very likely position for either player to want to take right now, as again, this is why Zeke is going up for the 12 o'clock. Not just the fact that it's going to take a little while for him to mine that out. So interesting little tidbits here. The other thing that's worth mentioning is there are two gases, and that's pretty cool. You'll notice that this one's only got 1,000 Vespine, where your typical geyser starts with he actually did get the Lings in. I think it's typically 4,000, or no, it's 5,000 normal, so they just split it between two. So you don't get more gas, but you do get more gas quicker. And then, of course, when you use up your gas, you get the little benefit there as well. These Lings being pretty harassing, actually. Finally, a Zealot makes his way down. It's going to be able to save that assimilator, but not before pretty decent damage is done to it. And with just one Ling left, yeah, that Ling is going to be taken out right quick. And Gosu Dark will go back to his normal operating game plan. Does opt for a second gas up here. Neither player taking that second gas in base, which is interesting. But again, there's only 1,000 there, so it's got to be kind of purposeful for taking that. A little bit of a micro war going on here. That Zergling down to just one hit left, but with a couple of Lings coming out front to attack, it looks like Ghost to Dark is opting to pull that Zealot up top. Not so worried about the single Ling doing too much damage here. And really, the Ling can only hit the Assimilator. That cannon is in reach of like every other building except for maybe whatever this building is, a Citadel. But it does also see the Citadel, so that's useful as well. Probe versus Ling, not going to go too well for the Probe, but it's, almost pulls him into the cannon. Probe number 2, I thought he was going to go for the fight, but he does not. Ling's just hanging outside. Let's take a look at Zeki's base, see what's going on. He is going for the Hydralisk play after the Spire, so we can expect a couple of Scourge, perhaps, which is exactly what he's making. I wouldn't expect to see any Muta. He's got 2 sets of Scourge out, and that'll be just in time for the Corsair as it makes its way across the map. And again, being on the same side here, these are pretty close positions. So the Sair is going to get to see exactly what's going on here. Sees the second gas. I don't know if you saw the Hydralisk Den, actually. At some point, I'll figure out what you have to hit as an observer to see... Oh, no, that's not the button. To see what it is he actually sees. I feel like it's Alt, but that is not working. That Corsair gets taken out. Very nice. I like what Zeke did with the Scourge play there. And now he's going to be able to use the Scourge as a little bit of a scout. And, he's going to take out the Corsair. A second Corsair goes down. That is a huge pickup for Zeke. He doesn't have to worry about any Overlord harassment at this point. Although Ghost of Dark is going to continue to make more. Well, that's actually kind of interesting and surprising to me. Also going for the +1 weapon upgrade here at this point. We've got +1 attack going down for the Zerg player. So Zeke, I'm guessing, is going for a Hydralisk bust at this point, which indeed he is. Hydralisk speed is just about wrapped up, and then he's going to obviously focus on some range there. Going up to 5 hatcheries. He's going to be in a pretty good spot to just start pumping it out. He's got that 34 drones, which is about where you want to be in order to start pumping them hard. And with how far back that one cannon is, he may be able to pick off this cannon real quick and then just take out all of these buildings. Which, let's see what he opts to do. It looks like he is going to opt for that. He gets right up in the face of that cannon. Down it goes. Really not much loss except for a couple of Zerglings here. And now, there's the DT out. But we do have an Overlord not too far away. That DT is spotted for sure. He knows Zeke has clearly seen the little warp of the area around him, the cloaking field, and now he's able to just bust away on the Protoss here. Ghost of Dark not looking to be in good shape. He's trying to desperately take out that Overlord, but he just GG's like that. All right. And Ghost of Dark doesn't really show us what he's got this game. So that was a incredibly quick, surprisingly quick game. And we're going to go on to the next game here. So we got a couple of things we want to update as we get into it. Let's see who Zeke's going to play next. I've got to bring up my little spreadsheet here. So we got Zeke versus a Terran player. Who's it going to be? Back to Cryok. Interesting. I didn't notice. There's only 2 Terran and 2 of our Protoss friends here. Interesting. And best part, Monty Hall. We're playing on Monty Hall. So let me get that up here as we are prepping for the next game. I love not having to cut and edit things. Put up our block. And here we go. All right. Race Wars down to Monty Hall. There it is. Off we go. And here we are. All right. So let me get our stats off. Take a look at the map here. We've got a wild map on this one. Monty Hall, 2 positions. And you'll see that there's a very interesting layout here. For those of you who haven't seen Monty Hall before, it's by far one of my favorite maps. It's just, again, forces some wild and crazy games. You have to mine out through these mineral patches at the exit of your base, your natural base. And in order to do that, you've got to actually mine, which takes some time. And so often you'll see players throw a SCV or a probe pretty quickly to start mining out. It looks like we may actually be seeing that from... nope, that's just an Overlord. From the Zerg player Zeke. And in the top left, again, we've got Cryok. So we did watch Kryak play a little bit earlier. He went up against Dewalt. Did not have the best time of his life there, but offered a pretty good game on Bubbles before Dewalt went on to lose to Ziki. So Ziki doing a really good job, actually. Let's go back to the stats for a second. Ziki doing a good job. He's on his fourth match. If he wins this one, he'll actually tie it 4 for 4 with the Protoss player. And sorry, Taryn, but it looks like you are just not able to score a point on the board here. So if Ziki wins and or actually if Kryak wins, no, Ziki would have to win here, and then we would go to Tau Cross for the tiebreak. So that'd be pretty cool. We'll see if we can get there. Back to the map here for a second, though. You can see that there's 3 major paths, the middle and the sides. So you've got to think about where you want to expand to. If you go on the sides, you get 2 expansions. If you go in the middle, you get 1. So just a lot to consider as we're looking at the map. And already, we missed it, but I can tell you what happened. There was a drone drill here in order to sneak out a unit. And we may see that over here as well. Often that's why these barracks are built over here. He is going to lift it up, get a couple of SCVs stacked on a single mineral patch, land the barracks, and then just click through it as best he can to try to get through it. Or he's just going to mine it out, and I'm going to look completely wrong. That's cool, too. Another thing that you want to do, though, is just spotting those, right, to see if anything else is trying to jump through. You can actually, with an SCV and a Vulture, you can jump Vultures through here. You could pull off some wild stuff. So if you... Oh, here we go. Let's see if he does it this time. Nope. I just, again, look like an idiot. So, cool. So he's just going to float the barracks out, and again, he's going to get some good sight over here. Overlord making his way in. He's going to see that there are no expansions. Man, I wish we were seeing some jumping going on here, but it looks like Kryak is content with the slow game. He's just going to mine out these 48 mineral patches one at a time. So six mining times in a row, and that'll free him out. And it looks like he's mining. He does not know that Ziki chose the bottom, does he? He may be able to throw out some quick vultures here, which could be very profitable for him in the long run if he's able to do that. Because Ziki is not... he smells something. I guess those overlords are telling him that there's nothing coming out in either of these 2 locations, so he might expect someone mining out over here, Croc mining out over there. So, Kryak, sorry. We got a Sunken going down, so he is going to be able to defend a single Vulture that might make its way in here, although I don't know if a Vulture can make its way down here between this little gap. I think that's too tight. Maybe Lings can make their way down through there, but Vultures are a bit chubby, so probably not going to happen. And let's see what he's researching. He is getting Vulture speed. Okay, so we are going to see Vultures. I guess I could have just clicked on the factory for that, too. Lings get in. Oh, just as he mines out, he's going to see the Vulture. The Vulture's going to clean this up really quickly. We don't have Zergling speed, and he's not researching Zergling speed either, but he is getting a Spire. So we're going to see some Mutaplay, which obviously makes a lot of sense on this map. Gives you very good map control. We are going to see him clog up that front entrance here quite a bit, so those Vultures just aren't going to accomplish really anything. And I guess they could possibly get through if they're sneaky enough, but it seems pretty unlikely at this point, to be honest. Kryk's going to get a pretty good eyeful of what's going on here, so he's not going to do anything too crazy. With these Lings here as well, those Vultures are they're going to be really hesitant to go in, but he's got 4 of them now, going up to 5. Oh, he can actually reach that. And he is going to try to run in. Very quick reaction time from Ziki here, and he's going after that Sunken, which is just not going to work for him at all. And looks like Ziki might consider putting another Sunken down. Oh, he gets the drone just in time, and a single Vulture gets through. But for some reason, he is not going all the way in. Now he goes in. I think he was trying to get more Vultures in at once. He's going to get a full eyeful again of what's going on here. But, oh my goodness, the micro is just not there for Kryak, and Ziki doing a hell of a job defending here with these drones. And now Kryak is paying attention and doing a pretty good job here of taking out a few drones. But we've got Mutas about to pop. Only one drone kill. One drone kill. That was it. Every single one of these are damaged, or most of them. Wow. Amazing by Zeke holding that off with just nothing going wrong for him. And Kryak just not going his way. The RNG of choosing attack moving back and forth there against the drone line. Oh, beautiful. Very, very well played by Zeke. I can't say that he microed that 100% himself to enforce that, but he made it happen. Free tank. Oh, that's a cool doodad. Check that out. Free tank for the Mutalisks, and they are going to continue here on to the main base, and we have Goliaths out on the field, which are pretty good against Muta, especially low numbers. And with just 5 Muta, Zeke, well, he's up to 6 here. He's going to have to be very careful with what he goes after. For sure, he can get a free barracks, which is not bad, honestly. Especially with 2 factories down, that's going to lock him up for a few moments at the very least. And it looks like that is what he's going to do with the 6 Mutas. They will certainly take out that barracks for free. And let's see, Crack's probably going to have to make a new racks here real quick. No, he's gonna try to throw down that factory to make sure he's got it in process before that racks goes down. Also a smart move while he's just watching this thing burn. Zeke up to 8 Muta, and a few more on the way, it looks like. Carapace upgrade also on the way, which will help against really anything, Goliaths and Marines alike. And the Muta are now free to roam, totally unknown. So another thing about this map is he's just basically playing blind. So all of his units are over here, and where's Zeke go? Just coincidentally, up to the top, he's going to be able to take out the supply depot for free again. That's not going to supply block or anything like that, but put some work in on that supply depot, and it looks like he may continue to go after it. He's going to get a free SCV out of it too, I guess, or not, or yes, or not. Gets the supply depot, and actually, it does pretty much supply block Kryak. Doesn't put him in the red, but certainly he's going to have to get some more going. Oh, he's back. He's back in black. Good for him. Again, 8 Muta out on the field, 9. We've got just 1 back at base. Carapace is pretty far along, and the Muta are continuing to just harass. And oh my goodness, Kryak is pretty ballsy here, going out against 11 Muta that have good vision over these ridges that the Terran player does not. He picks off a couple of glides for free. That's pretty big, actually, is obviously Kryak is intending on moving out, and he's just unable to do that. He's getting pulled back and forth, and oh, he just goes right for the main production line here, and Kryak is in a very tough spot. He's going to get some more Goliaths for free. Again, in low numbers, Muta are great against just a couple of Goliath, obviously. They can one-shot when they think... I think when they've got 11, maybe they two-shot. With that Carapace upgrade, too, he's just in a great spot. So now, beautiful job with the sunken line. It's going to just totally slow down Kryak and buy a ton of time for Zeke, who can debate whether or not he wants to come back. And, he is going hard on the Muta. He's got another 4 building beyond this as well. So we're going to have 2 full control groups here of Muta that he's going to... he can just take this out right now with the Muta that he's got. He's going to group everything together here, and in he goes! Right into it. Target firing the first Goliath, and then the rest is just kind of do whatever you want, and he takes him out. That single siege tank is there by itself, but look at this. The Muta just absolutely demolishing all of these Goliaths. And now these Goliaths, they can't even run away, and Kryak GG's, and Zeke pulls another fast one, literally. I mean, just very quick game. So I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go on to the next game. I think this may be the final game, actually. Is this a tie break here? Let me make sure my... when I looked earlier, we'll do it on a different replay. My time blocker was in the wrong spot. It is in the wrong spot. How did I put that in the wrong spot? Let me fix that real quick here. Whoops. I think I just moved something else. I don't want to move that. That would be bad. There we go. Alright. Am I unable to move it? It keeps trying to move something else. Here, I'll just make it big. We'll just block everything. We'll just block out the sun here. How about this? There we go. All right, cool. Now that I've moved everything that I don't want to move. Okay. Into the next replay here. All right, we're on Blue Storm, right? If we bring up our stats here, what do we've got? We've got Zeke moving on to the next one as well. So he should be playing another Protoss. Is he going back to Dewalt? Is that who it is? It is Dewalt. Ooh. So we've got the rematch here. And remember, Zeke is who beat Dewalt. So Zeke is going to be feeling very confident here, going for the reverse all kill. And we're on Blue Storm. This Tau Cross replay, spoiler free, just so you know. If we do get there, it is cool. If not, it's actually just a blank replay. That's how they do it, which is pretty neat. So we can get into this game and see what's up. Oh, I didn't change the map. That's okay. I think I can do that on the fly here. Oh, it's Blue Storm. Does anyone really need to see Blue Storm anyway? We could just talk through Blue Storm. It's such a classic. This map's been out forever. So we got Zeke, the green Zerg in the bottom left, going up against Dewalt, who is a very, very solid player, as we saw earlier. Obviously taking out 4 people in a row here. And he's seeking some revenge here up in the top right. Blue Storm being a 2-player map, one of the few maps that doesn't fill the entirety of the box that we're going to see here in these series. And you've got your natural expansion right here. It's a good thing we got a Zerg player, so a little bit of a choke, and then a very tight choke here, which basically only small units, maybe medium units can fit through. I can't remember if like a Vulture can fit through here or not. I'm pretty sure Dragoons cannot, but Zealots can, as an example. So kind of forces you to walk around the whole map. We are going to see a Forge fast expand for... or some sort of fast expansion for Dewalt. He's very interested to see if there is any pool yet. He's going to be delighted to see that there is not. So he's like, oh, there is now. All right, so we went over pool here for the Zerg player. So he may, if he's playing it safe, he'll probably throw down a Forge, but he can probably go straight Nexus after that with the travel distance on the map being what it is. And we'll see what he decides to do here in a moment as he gets up to that magic number of 12, which is typically where you'll see that that Nexus throw down 12 or 13 probes, depending on what he's doing and what he's got going on with a scout. Being a little cheeky here, often you'll see good players, they'll mine out minerals while the other player is about to force their drone somewhere else. Really tiny optimizing type of play, but fun to do and kind of annoying. But if you don't pay attention, well, you just mine the mineral patch and move on with your life. So Dewalt is running around with free minerals for himself. That'll likely never see the light of use. He does go for the Forge, and it looks like he's going to go straight into the Nexus here as he hits 400 minerals after that and opt for the Nexus prior. Never mind. Make me eat my words. He did wait a minute, though. I'm curious what he was waiting for. Maybe he was looking at the egg count. It looks like he was. And turns out that was a smart play, getting that cannons just a little bit sooner than the Nexus. Definitely a good play. Hatchery down at the natural expansion for Zeke, so he's playing fairly standard here. Nothing crazy yet, but he is going to send those lings across the map, see if he can do some work with them. He's got 5 on the way and a 6-1 trailing behind as he was messing around with that probe for a minute. I'm going to get his 3rd base up and running here. This is a mineral-only expansion. Nope, never mind. He's going to opt for the base with the gas. Dewalt, seeing or knowing that we've got some Zerglings on the way, is looking to clog this up as best he can. So, unfortunately, he's going to have to use those 4 probes for something beyond mining. We see Zeke is going to take this top left base here, which again does have that ever-important gas. Going back to that, we were talking about this earlier, right? They start standard as 5,000 Vespene gas. The last map that we watched divided that between the two, but not equally, 4,000, 1,000 on Optimizer. These Lings are able to get around the backside. I think they might, well, for one, they'll definitely be able to hit the probe line here. So Dewalt is inclined to try to drag them as far as he can close to this cannon until he can get a Zealot out there to start dealing with it. And unfortunately for Dewalt, that cannon placement is just not perfect, where you can see this is beautiful play by Zeke continuing to delay the mine time at Dewalt. Meanwhile, he's getting his macro game going, where he has almost taken out Dewalt's probe with his drone, but he's got a lair going, and he is on it 3 hatcheries. So beautiful right now for Zeke. The Zealot is out, and the Zerglings are trying their very best to surround him, but very nicely played by Dewalt, though he is going to lose a probe there. Still, if that's all he lost was a single probe from all of this, I'd call that a big win. And we do have another Zealot coming out on the way. Ooh, that was very close to losing another probe there. But he's able to save it. And again, Zeke just doing a great job of continuing to be annoying, continuing to delay the mining time of Dewalt. And he loses another probe, maybe a third one. Nope. Probes are going to be able to take out that last, or at least break the pair down to 1. And now this damaged Zergling, not a big threat with the Zealot out there. Only so many places he can run to. Wow. I gotta say, the HD upgrade and graphics remastered, that death, what do we call that? The death, not scene, death animation was very visceral. I like it. It looked very real. It's pretty cool. And we are going to see a cannon going down there in a much better place. That's also going to be good against mutas, as mutas are going to try to make their way out this way around the mineral path. And, Zeke being cheeky gets another run by. This time, 5lings are in the main base, and there are no Zealots here. He is able to stop gas from mining. Dewalt throwing down a desperation cannon, which he's going to be able to defend that pretty easily with these probes, but all this lost mining time on the gas is actually kind of a big deal, because what he wants to do is he's going to want to make an Archon or a couple of Templar here, and he's just going to be unable to do so. And he's not even sending anything back to deal with this. He's actually going to move out on his own, try to make something happen. And we have a sneaky probe here with a gateway building, I think that was. I'm curious. He might be trying to sneak in some DTs from the inside. It's an inside job. I like it. I like it a lot. But Zeke unknowingly doing a great job here of just buying time by taking out the assimilator. And a new assimilator was not built over here where we do have a Templar Archives. So he's going to take out another assimilator, potentially here, because Dewalt's just got nothing. Finally, Dewalt sends in a single Zealot to try to deal with this, which he is going to be able to save it. He gets 1 ling. The second one goes down. Zeke is just not paying attention to it. It's because there is a single Dragoon harassing here in the top left, which he's got a little bit more of his focus on. That Goon does not... I can't click on him. Does not have any kills at all. He got 1 kill. So, again, just... Really, I think that was still worth it from Dewalt's standpoint, just to drag the focus away from these lings that were being so harassing on that assimilator, and allowing the Zealot to take them out. Putting up a couple more cannons here, going to 3 in the main base, 2 in the expansion. We do have mutas being built right now, and there's the DT! He gets it in, and he is just clearing out the back line, and there is just no reaction at all from Zeke. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, he got everything. He got everything. Is he going to get the last? He gets the last drone, just for good measure. And now Zeke knows what's going on, but he can't do anything about it. He's going to go after Dewalt here. He takes out the 1 cannon. We've got another couple cannons going down. Let's see if we see a Templar being made or something. There's only 5 muta. These are not the most scary muta harass that you'll ever see, but it's kind of a big deal until we can get some anti-air here. And these cannons, as they go up, they will be able to defend this without too much of an issue. These 2 are going to warp in for sure. This pylon's taken out. It's okay. There's an Artosis pylon over here powering everything else. He is now able to hit the assimilator as well, so that's kind of nice. But as these cannons finish up, he's forced away, and not before that DT just did so much damage to the point where he got... Oh my goodness, I cannot believe he got that. Can we rewind for just a second? I hate doing this, but we gotta. Here it is. He just sneaks in this bottom line here. Holy cow, look at this great job of the DT. So sneaky. And again, the reason why Zeke is not reacting at all to this is he's over here moving all these units, and this does not set off any alarm bells. There's nothing here, and he almost set off the alarm bell here, but not before he got 13 kills. And now Zeke knows what's up, right? He can see that there's a DT in his base now. He can hear the attack animation going off repeatedly, or not animation, but just the attack itself. And, oh, he made another DT. Beautiful. He's making a third one, too, for that matter. And now those DTs are spotted. They're going to be able to go in here and try to take out a couple of drones, but that sunken's going to stop too much from happening. Looks like he gets two more drones on that. So a solid dozen drones that he took out. Obviously, he'd love to get something done up here as well. And it looks like maybe there was something done here. We're going to rewind again just for like a millisecond back to see what happened up here, because there was a blood spot. All right, so he does send a DT up here as well, and he's still making that third DT. All right, so we're done rewinding at this point. Looks like this DT is going to get just a couple of kills, 2, maybe 3. Yeah, 3 kills. Beautiful. Wow, what a harassment. And now we can go back down this way and watch one more DT popping out. And Zeke has no idea where this came from. Does he think he must think that there's a robo somewhere, because there shouldn't be so many units getting in. And oh no, Dewalt! Oh, he could have got a few more drone kills potentially. He goes after the spawning pool, but he does get a few more drones anyway, which is incredible. I cannot believe how productive these DTs have been. That's going to be it, though. He's going after the egg now. Now the Mutalisk is going to find that gateway. Actually, interesting. There's another DT out at this point for Dewalt. And he's going to continue to harass here, this time going after the spawning pool. He's going to get some free lings. Maybe not free, but it looks like... Oh, he's going to get the larva, too. So it doesn't seem like a big deal taking out the larva, but, you know, if you look at how much money that we've got here for Zeke, he wants to be spending that on larva. He could have made potentially other units here. It sounds like he did finally find that gateway in the pylon. He does take that out. But again, a couple more kills for that DT because there's no Overlord over there. And I think he's got another DT over here. So beautiful play from Dewalt. Great crisis management. He didn't lose a terrible amount of stuff here, just the mining time. And with how much disruption he did, he's just in a great spot. He's at 41 probes. He's going up on his gateways now to a solid 6. And he's going to be able to start macroing up the way he wants to. Zeke, on the other hand, just in a fairly tough spot. He lost a ton of drones. He really hasn't been able to make much of anything. More DTs doing more damage here. Another 4 or 5 drone kills. This is insane from Dewalt. He's going to almost clear out the whole line again. Down to 1 mining drone. Holy cow. Holy cow. How many drones has Zeke lost? But he is back doing some damage here with... Oh, nice storm is out, though. So it's going to be difficult for him to do too much here. Let's see if Dewalt decides to make that into an Archon. He may opt for that. Oh, he was taking on his own pylon here for a second. A lot of probes mining gas. I think he was just trying to save some here. And he does not have enough storm yet. 5 seconds, and he'll be able to throw down another storm on these mutas, which won't take him out because of how active they are. But, again, another good deterrent. And after that, then he may opt for making him into an Archon. So... he is going to take out that gateway to allow more units to get through here. Right now, Templar are about the only units that can get through, maybe Zealous as well. And we do finally have a Robo. Oh, there is the Storm. He doesn't really do much of anything, but again, he can make an Archon now if he wanted, but it looks like he's going to opt for continuing with Storm for defense versus anything else. Dragoon going to be taken out very quickly from those mutas. They just do great against Dragoons in small numbers, much like they do against Goliaths, as we saw in the prior game against Cryok. And Zeke is just kind of licking his wounds here, trying to do what he can with these mutas. You can see he's microing him with this Overlord, I think. Yeah, most likely. As now that he's got Overlord speed, that messes things up a little bit from a micro standpoint, but not the biggest deal. Continuing to just smash these Dragoons. not allowing Dewalt to get to that critical mass. But now that he's got 3 out, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him to commit to a huge attack here. We are seeing the switch into Hydralisks, and the upgrades are going for him as well, getting up to that 4th base, 6 hatcheries with that mineral only. Dewalt probably thinking about this base here in the not too distant future, but with the mutas on the map, just really good map control for Zeke. And again, Dewalt not in a rush. Again, he did a lot of damage. Zeke is now back in the game. He's got a pretty good economy going again. Dewalt trying to follow up here with a Storm Drop, almost loses it to the Hydras. Zeke is very well aware of this. It's highly unlikely this is going to do any damage at all. More Hydras coming out here. They're going to be able to spot that shuttle. Oh, maybe not, actually. Maybe they didn't see it. And Dewalt is just going to drop right on the face of him. And, oh, he hits... he landed 1 storm because he used them on the mutas earlier. So, unable to get any more drones. Very nice drone dancing by Zeke as well. He's able to keep that pretty well protected. And just Dewalt, going after what he can, but unable to make anything else happen. And now, looks like he is ready to move out with a pretty sizable force. Mutas are continuing to harass this probe line, though, and they are going to pull Dewalt back once again. There's only 5 muta, or 6 muta here, so not the most terrifying. Going to force another cannon, and it looks like we're going to be moving here into the mid-game as Zeke has got a pretty good force of Hydras. And Dewalt just only on 2 bases with the Zerg going up to 4. He's going to want to be able to get up to this 3rd base here pretty shortly. Otherwise, he will find himself in a very bad position within the next minute or 2 as Zeke really starts to see that economy hit. And right now, I would imagine Zeke is going to start making some more drones pretty shortly in order to saturate this mineral only. And once that happens, Dewalt's got a little bit of a timing that he can go after in order to try to do as much damage as possible. But he is unable to move out too far right now. Again, just because the muta this time are picking off the Templar. Very nicely done. He's going to get 3 of them for the cost of what? Maybe a couple of muta? He's going to go for the last one. 1 more storm for... No, he doesn't go for 1 more storm. It would have been on his own units if he did. And again, Dewalt just being pushed back by Zeke again. This is just fantastic play from Zeke. I love what I'm seeing here. As he's starting to move across the map with the Hydralisk March. Hydra Man is in effect here. He's still got a pretty decent number of muta here with Sick to try to take out any other High Templar. And without any High Templar here, Dewalt is in trouble. The Hydras are going right on top of the goons. It sounds like there's a DT out here somewhere, although I'm not seeing it, and I don't see... Yeah, there he is. He's going after the Hydras. He's going to be able to do some cleanup work. We do not have any Overlords out here, so this one single DT is on kill number 3, and he's going to be pretty effective, actually, until we do get an Overlord in this area. But Dewalt is pushed all the way back to his natural. I'm not sure Zeke's aware that those Hydralisks are getting picked off by the DT. Looks like he may know now that that's happening. 6 Hydra kills for him. But Zeke's just got amazing map control and can basically do whatever he wants. This is a great time for him to drone up, which is what he chooses to do. And that DT is going to get caught, but not before getting 6 or 7 kills. So pretty good dividends on that one. And Zeke knows what's up. He knows that there is no other base that Dewalt is taking. And Dewalt's starting to look like he's in a tough spot once again. He made a lot of magic happen earlier with those DTs. Looks like he snuck through a couple of Zealots as well. Might have cleared out a little bit of the base over here. Got the Sunken. And not something that I'm interested in rewinding for, though. It looks like he might have gotten a couple of drone kills out of there. Nothing too crazy. Zeke's going to be able to re-drone up immediately, which he does, and transfer back down to the natural here. Rebuild that creep colony. It's highly likely that the Zealots came through this way. And Dewalt is going back in for another attack, trying to get out a little bit further. Loses an observer. There's no lurkers on the map quite yet. Nice storm there. Nothing, it's not something he's been able to do for a while here. Is to be picked off like that. Ooh, that was a little sloppy, but beautiful storm there. Gets a whole bunch of Hydras. And Zeke's got to be careful, although, Dewalt has only got... Well, he's got 0 storms left. So this is actually, if Zeke chooses to move in, he'll be able to do some damage most likely. Still no 3rd base from Dewalt. He is very much eyeing this one. Throws down the Nexus. Zeke, on the other hand, is probably starting to think about a 5th base for himself, although he's unable to commit to that quite yet. So here we go. He's in a position where he can actually pick off that Nexus while it's building if he chooses to. I'm not sure if you can see that yet or not, but he's thinking about it. He certainly knows that it's there now. And again, we don't have any Storm here. We will have Storm in a few moments. Looks like, oh, we do have 2 Storms on the 1 Templar, or just about 2 Storms. We have it now. So he will be able to defend that. And let's see what we've got for upgrades. Looks like we're getting +2 for attack. So he's 101 right now. And for the Zerg player, we're +2 attack with 1st level of Carapace on the way. And we are seeing some Lurkers out on the field. We've got 3 out there and 3 morphing. So this is just, again, going to continue to add to the contain of Dewalt. Zeke going for a quick 5th, but that is going to get scouted out and sniffed out by Dewalt before it can be created and completed and fully morphed in. The Hydras are going to try to defend that. Oh! Oh, come on! It was one more hit, Dewalt. Take it out, take it out. Oh, it's going to survive. Oh, that was so close. If he was paying attention, he just attack moved into it. Had he chosen to target it, he would have taken that out. Wouldn't have been the biggest deal for Zeke anyway, but moral victory at that point more than anything. And when you're definitely behind, you need those little pick-me-ups, that little ego snack of like, yes, I'm Protoss, I'm still OP, that's right. But instead, Dewalt has to back off. However, Dewalt has amassed enough of an army here where he's feeling comfortable to push out. But we've got a really nice Lurker contain across the ramp over here. Looks like Dewalt does try to run in again with Zealots, but instead he's going to lose all of them to this group of Hydras. He can't go anywhere. He's just literally running back and forth. And this is the difficulty in trying to go here late game. It doesn't take much to clog up that little choke, and Zealots just run around like idiots. Beautiful Storms that we just missed going on over here. Although we're seeing some more as Zeke's going for the engagement, and Dewalt, he's got some Storms left here to use. The drones even coming out. They're going to go down as well, but they're trying to get some kills before that happens. And Dewalt is going to get pushed back by the Lurker and Hydra and Ling and drone combination that, man, we don't see that often, but when we do, those drones are effective. And Zeke just crawling his way up here. Looks like not the most effective Storm there. Pretty good deterrent Storm there. And now Dewalt, though, he's got that critical mass of Dragoons going where he's going to be able to take out Lurkers without too much of an issue. But really, the Hydra count is high enough where it's kind of... it was high enough until they all just disappeared into the nether from that storm. So very, very beautiful storms coming from Dewalt here as he just continues to mow down a very powerful Zerg on 5 bases. Dewalt does get that 3rd and is working on a 4th base. However, there's a couple of eggs morphing here to try to handle this. But Dewalt obviously can see that. I would imagine he's going to run them over here to deal with it. Yes, he gets he maybe gets a free Overlord there as well. That egg probably going to not going to morph. Nope, he gets that egg gets taken out, and maybe another one on the way. Some Zerglings, though, are going to run by and try to do some damage. Obviously, they'll be able to deal with that Dragoon with no issue whatsoever. And they may get there even before the cannon morph, so they'll be able to take out pretty much everything that's going on here. God, this corner is hard to see. Whoops, sorry about that. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. There we go. Okay, we've got so many things that we need to hit to be able to see this. All right, and we're back. Dewalt is able to salvage that base, loses the cannon, throws down a couple of new ones. Zeke, though, is heading back across the map, knows that Dewalt's entire army is fairly out of position here as Dewalt is trying to get back up through this tiny ramp, which is never good for Dragoons to try to do. And he's going after it, though, and he's, honestly, that Archon doing some pretty good work against the Lurkers, tanking some damage, taking out some Hydras as well. 28 kills! Oh my goodness. I forget if that includes what the Templar did earlier before they morph. It must. It must track those kills as well. And Dewalt, I don't know if he's sniffing something out down here at the 6 o'clock, but he's going to be disappointed to see that there is no base there. He'll get a free Overlord for sure, which actually comes pretty close to Supply Block and Zeke. But Zeke notices it, and he's going to get away before there's any chance for Dewalt to do that. And now again, I was thinking Zeke might run out, knowing that Dewalt's somewhat out of position here, but he's going to just wait and hold his little ramp. One thing to mention, Blue Storm has actually got 3 levels. You got this top level, mid level, and lower level. So these are ramps here that he cannot see up without observers. So these lurkers here, this is a very common contain that you'll see when the Zerg is at this stage of the game. So looks like Dewalt is ready to go out again. He's got a lot of Templar once again to possibly storm some Hydras with. And we've got even supplies here, so he's going to need some pretty good storms if he's going to be able to deal with this entire army from Zeke. The first one, not terrible. Looks like Protoss Archon number 1 goes down. Archon number 2 coming in to join the fray, but instead, ballsy Templar going out there trying to storm everything they can. Doesn't get anything beyond a couple of Hydras and Lings. I think he was really hoping for a Lurker or 2, but those Lurkers are in pretty rough shape, so if they get clipped by another corner of a storm, they'll be taken out. This drone is still a warrior drone looking to go at it. And let's do an upgrade check. Hydralisk, +1, +2, +2, +1, about to be +2, +2 as he's got that second carapace wrapping up. Nice storm over there. It does take out the lurker pair. We do have Consume coming down and some Defilers as well. And maybe more importantly, we're getting drop tech here for these Overlords. So that'll be exciting. Zeke thinking about going maybe for a Doom drop back here. Very common play, very effective. Zealot drop with Templar. Are they going to go for the drones? They do. They get quite a few. 5 kills on the one. Not sure what the other got. Probably 2 or 3. Clears out that entire mining base. Nice little pickup for Dewalt. And Dewalt is going to go for the 6 o'clock position for his own use, which is very reasonable, for sure. Got to get up to that 4th, 5th base. He's already mined out in his main and natural, where Zeke is not. He's in pretty good shape here. He's actually got a decent amount of minerals left, which is common for Zerg. They don't saturate nearly as much as the other races per base. Cheaper units and all that, of course, expendable units. So he's just economically, Zeke's still in a very strong spot. Income generation is very good for him, whereas Dewalt, he's got basically 2 mining bases. And trying to get this 3rd one here up and running. That Nexus has got quite a ways to go before it is completed. And looks like actually Zeke is going to start mining out this natural before he mines out his main, actually. He's down to just a few drones over here. And we've got another engagement here in the middle. So Archons, looks like Zeke trying to pick off a couple. Another good storm here. But Zeke is on top of it. Oh, there's a free Archon for you. Defiler's out on the field, so we're going to start seeing some sandstorms, Darude style. Make sure that you're listening to it as you play Zerg, for sure. The beats help with the storms, or the sandstorms, I should say. And that Defiler, though, yeah, he's going to be kept safe here and stay out of the storms. I love how there's still random drones going after it, man. They're just going hard. We got a messed up rally somewhere here. I feel like we need to tell Zeke, but this happened weeks, maybe months in the past, so at this point, probably wouldn't help. And there is the Doom drop. It is going to happen. We've got nice Defilers, again, with the Sandstorm here, able to take out all of the gateways, and or most of the gateways. And there's some Lurkers under there, too. Where's the Storm? There's the one Storm. He is going to take out one Lurker. And it sounds like both Lurkers were taken out, but not before pretty significant damage was done to Dewalt's base. And again, we're seeing a push here in the middle as well, with a random Overlord over here, trying to figure out what he's doing. Consuming up as many Lings as he can. That's a hungry Defiler, and probably going to throw down some more Desert Storms. He does, and he's going to continue his push across. There was a Plague that went down as well. Very nice. I love, as a Protoss player, I hate it, but when I watch Zerg use Plague against Protoss, I love to see it, because it demolishes half of the army by doing nothing, by just using a spell, and it never regenerates. It can't be healed up unless you've got medics, which he doesn't, and there's just not much that the Protoss can do. I mean, yeah, it's great to have shield, but typically you're not getting shield upgrades. Typically you're getting armor upgrades, and We could go into why you go armor over shields, but that's just, for now, let's just say that's how it is. And, well, I guess we could talk about it a little bit. Shields take full damage from all attack types, right? Small, medium, large. Whereas armor does not, right? Armor has a different effect based on the unit size. So armor tends to be better overall, and you'll always see Protoss go attack and armor first, and then at the very end, they'll start getting shield just because they're dumping money or whatever. And looks like we've got a base trade going on here. There's no way Dewalt's going to be able to save that 6 o'clock, but he is going to be able to take out this 12 o'clock, which Zeke turned into a lair just to get some more hit points on it. I like it. I like the thought process. It's not going to be able to stand up to the Protoss army here, and Dewalt actually desperately needed that attack to make sense and work out. Otherwise, he wasn't going to stay in the game. He'd be way too far behind as he's down to 2 mining bases here in the bottom right and a mineral only. Of course, he's still getting gas from these depleted geysers, although actually I'm not sure they're depleted. Yes, they are. So he can still make a lot of Templar, things like that. And now looks like we're going to see a storm. I'm not sure it's a storm drop. I think it's just storm reinforcement because he can't get out of here right now. Indeed, that's what it is. Again, I like the thought process here. There is still a couple of lurkers, so he can't get too far out, although he could save potentially the Archons if he wanted to. Curious what he's going to go for. Yeah, he does. He goes for the Archons and the Templar, so good choice there. I like seeing that play from Dewalt. Very well thought out. The 6 is taken out in its entirety, and again, Zeke, let's take a look. He's out of minerals here. He's got one patch behind the minimap here. He just mined out at the natural. I hear another DT. Wow, Dewalt's just throwing in all sorts of stuff. He's mined out in the top left. So, wow, Zeke. All right, I didn't realize this. Zeke is down to 1 mining base, and it's a mineral only. So, Dewalt actually in a better spot than I was thinking as I take inventory of basically what is and is not mining. I would imagine we're going to see a drone coming down this way to try to take this base as well. He is going to try to reestablish the 12 o'clock as well. And generally, Zeke has map control, and he's got a higher percentage of the map, but Dewalt just has, strong units that are deadly to the Zerg, assuming he can see what it is he needs to attack, which right now, you just storm the sandstorm, right? Add some lightning to that dust storm, and it'll make it painful for even the Zerg to hang out in. We do have another DT drop here, very sneaky. Almost went for the free drones, chooses not to. Let's see if he can make something happen here. 1 storm down, and I'm not sure if he hit anything. He got some lings or something like that, but that's about it. DT does make it all the way over here, but it's spotted. Very nicely done by Zeke, but also very nice sneaky play by Dewalt. Scourge, you're going to take out that shuttle, but not before having a little conversation of like, dude, we just spawned like 5 seconds ago. Are we sure this is what we want to do with our lives? I'm not sure it is. I didn't really sign up for this, but the hive is saying we have to. He's just gonna kill us otherwise. All right, fine. And goes in and suicide bombs. So very nice defense here. Wow, look at all the lurkers. So Zeke's got 87 supply, very low supply. Dewalt is really starting to do a number on him, and he's taking out some high cost units there with the Defiler, a couple more lurkers. Again, another plague goes down, but at this point, Dewalt's army is looking really scary and continuing to increase in size. The Archons are just not that hard to make with Templar, and even being low econ mineral-wise, Storm is always good, and Archons are always good. Almost always, right? So, beautiful Storms, doubling up over there a little bit. Again, just taking out so many Hydras, and now these Dragoons are going to be able to pick apart these Lurkers without any issue at all. See if there's any more Storms. There's still more Storms. Gets another Lurker. Hits a bunch of Hydras. They're weakened. Everything going wrong for Zeke at this point, where we've just got this little mini Protoss death ball. Mini death ball. Not a major death ball. Just a mini death ball. And, Dewalt looking to be in pretty good position here, able to take out those lings with another storm. He's got to be about out of storms by now, I've got to imagine. I actually don't even see his Templar. I'm not sure. Maybe his Templar got taken out there by the lings. Yeah, it must have been right on the Templar's face. And a couple more Templar, though, joining the fray. So I don't think Dewalt even ever rebuilt his gateways there. He's just going off of what he had. Dewalt is mining out that mineral only. He's also retaken over that 6 o'clock here, which is why he's positioning where he is so much. So we've basically got two base Protoss against one base, but with the bajillion hatcheries Zerg. And the economy is definitely going into the favor of Dewalt. So as long as he doesn't do that, as long as he doesn't walk into that wall of lurkers without storming first. Oh, beautiful storm there. Oh, no, he didn't. He only got the one. I thought he got two. But as long as he can play this very patiently, Dewalt's got a pretty solid lock on this game. He doesn't care about his probe count anymore, so he's got just a much higher army than it looks, because 33 of the supply, a third of the supply for the Zerg is drones. And I know he likes to use his drones to fight, but right now he's not. And so this is it. This is going to be the final battle. Zeke throwing everything that he's got at the Dewalt wall, and Dewalt cleans it up with no issue whatsoever. And now the supplies are just too far apart from each other for Zeke to really catch up at this point. He's got one more attack coming in. A lot of Zerglings at this point, but there's plenty of Zealots on the field, so they're going to be able to deal with this without too much of an issue. Scourge trying to take out the Obs as just a last ditch, but Obs are really cheap and mostly gas anyway, so not going to do that much either way if you were to take those out. And Zeke just desperately trying to push forward here, and Dewalt is just in a spot where he can just sit back and defend and not really do much of anything. So Zeke mining very little, decent amount of gas, which is great, can keep making lurkers. I would have loved to have seen another drop or two over here. I feel like that could have been effective instead of continually engaging with Dewalt up front where he's got all of his storm. And it looks like we've got one more attack coming from Zeke here. And Zealot's not in a terrible position, although they're going to reposition here. Storm is now entering the chat, and he just demolishes all of the Hydra. And we're down to just a couple of lurkers here. And now at 50 supply or less, 25 supply of that is drones again. So half of his supply now is drones. Zeke is just running too low on everything. And he's down to just a handful of lings here, really, and whatever he's morphing, some Scourge is going to take out another dropship. We missed whatever Dewalt was trying to do with that one, but it doesn't even matter. Dewalt cleans up the army. He's more than double supply, and this game is as good as over. I would expect a GG any second here. Yep, last couple of lings run in with a single lurker, and I think Zeke's probably typing out GG. And Dewalt takes it. Dewalt takes it. So let's take a look here and see what that means. Stats-wise, that puts us here at the final game. I don't feel like they play the final game, though, do they? Oh, he does. Why did he play a final game? Maybe they just played it just for fun. I think Dewalt already won it with, what does he got? 4 here, 5 wins. I think that automatically wins it. And Zeke's got 4. Yeah, because if True Tax wins, it's still a win for Protoss. So let's go see though. I mean, maybe there's another game. Maybe they just played one more for fun. And let's switch out to our blockers. Let's see what we got. I mean, hey, I'm down for one more game. Why not? All right, last game, if they did, I guess they did play, is on Tau Cross, Dewalt versus True Tax, and let's just get right into it. So I'm not going to bring up the map this time. Again, this is Tau Cross. This is a pretty common map, 3 position. We've got True Tax now, good player by the way, fun Zerg to watch, down in the bottom right-ish. We'll call that the 5 o'clock position, going up against Dewalt, who has just been tearing it up against everybody. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Just tearing right through them like they're watermelons with a chainsaw. And looking to take one more notch on his belt just 'cause. Just 'cause. Already won. the tournament for the team. I think he's got all of the Protoss wins. There were only 2 Protoss anyway, but he does have all of them. So we'll see if he can close it out in style against Trutax, who did not fare well against him in the first game on Polypoid. But Tau Cross, not a bad map for Zerg. Very difficult for Protoss to defend against Hydralisk Bus in particular over here. A lot of surface area for Muta harassment, although you can get a pretty tight cannon set up here around the base as needed. And we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Trutax decides to go for against Dewalt. Looks like he's going to go for an overpull. I'm thinking that's what that is. Yeah, overpull. And Dewalt's going to go for a gateway first this time. All right, I like to see that. So we're going to see some a little bit different play than your standard Forge Fast Expand. He's looking to get a Zealot out to harass early. Looks like the probe was expecting to see a Overlord, but did not, and is now instead going south of the border here to look for Trutax down at the 5 o'clock position, which is exactly where he's going to find him. Trutax going to get a drone scout out himself, because this map is pretty far for Overlords to do all the scouting, and Dewalt is going to get in before that drone can get the hatchery down, which actually is kind of a big deal. Let's see if he throws down a pylon. Looks like he's thinking about it. Trutax does have enough money to make a hatchery. He's going to get it down. That could have been a nice little delay for Dewalt if he felt like he needed to, but he's probably making Zealots, so he couldn't spend the money anyway. But a little bit of a harassment from the probe to stop that from going down sooner than necessary would have been good for Dewalt, but we can't call that too big of a loss there, just a lost opportunity. And he is going to do his little mineral mine harassment as Trutax gets a couple of lings out on the map to start dealing with, for 1, the probe, and 2, a scout, and 3 incoming Zealots. So those will be well served for him in many purposes. And Dewalt is just going to start getting that Nexus now. He's got a few Zealots on the map, and I'm not sure why he's not moving out with that one. I'm not sure if he's focused on keeping this probe alive or what. He has not seen a lair yet. Look how big this back area is. What a waste of space. Ridiculous. Totally unnecessary. Yeah, let's see what we're building here. So, more lings for now, as he's just gearing up for a potential Zealot push, but Dewalt opting to not go after it. It looks like he was seeing if there was a quick third being taken, which there is not. Good thing to think about. I mean, considering we're only seeing 2 hatcheries and no lair quite yet. A little early for a lair, I suppose, but not a fast lair anyway. So we're not going to see 2 hatch Muta play or anything like that, which is always a possibility. And more Zealots, just more Zealots being made. I would imagine we'll see a Forge here any second. As the lings are coming in, and the lings are going to get in. Oh, nope. 3 get in. Very nice clutch block by that probe before it's too late. And now those Zealots are going... Oh, he just lets the rest in. Well, it's just 1. So we do have 3 lings over here. They're going to be able to do some work here on the probe line. It looks like they're going to get 1, 2, 3, and that's it, 3. So, same as the number of licks to you guessed it, for anyone over the age of 32 probably know what I'm talking about. No, that was not a smut reference. Get your mind out of the gutter. Okay, we missed a little bit of work being done over here, actually. Should I rewind? Nah, it wasn't that impactful. And we still have some lings here in the main base, and he's going for a bit of a ling bust, actually. Lings are able to surround that 1 Zealot. The cannon gets up, but they're going to get on the cannon at the last second, and just perfect timing by Dewalt. He's able to defend this with just enough. The lings are not going to be able to take out that cannon without losing most of them, which is exactly what happens. Throws down a new cannon, and again, back to 3 lings in the main base. 2 lings. Another couple trying to come through. That Zealot almost gets baited out, decides to come back and fight for more. Good reposition by Dewalt. A lot of micro going on for both players. Multi-focused micro, very difficult to do.
Trying to split your eyes in two directions is not the easiest thing. And two Lings just seeing if they can do anything while they're here. They're probably not going to get any kills except for maybe down here they can get another pro kill. But Zealots are going to be chasing them around, so again, going to be difficult for them to do too much. More Lings being made. Is TrueTax going for just the pure Ling bust game? This is awesome. How often do you see pure Lings? Very low. Oh my goodness. He's only got 10 drones. I just realized this. I feel like I should have been paying attention to that. Hydra Den is coming now. We are seeing some drones being made now, so he is finally droning up. There is just... You're not getting through. There's 5 Zealots there, dude. So I think he's going to just try to be happy with map control for a bit. But unfortunately for TrueTax, this puts Dewalt super far ahead. He's got double the worker count. And these Lings just pose zero threat if Dewalt hits hold position. And this, especially as this next cannon gets up and running. And Dewalt is now starting +1 upgrades. So he'll be able to deal with those Zerglings with no issue at all in a couple of minutes here. But very nice control group kept to the side here. Although Dewalt's just able to block that up with another Zealot and Probe. TrueTax's going to be very upset to see that he can't break through here. Loses 2-3 more Zerglings out of that group. And right now we've got a train of Zealots heading down to the bottom here. So they may be able to take this base out. He's going up against about 18 total-ish. Maybe 16 total-ish. I don't know, whatever that is. 12, 13. And oh, one Zealot gets surrounded. But the rest of them here, they're going to have a field day with the Zerglings. And this is just not a fight that TrueTax should be taking at all. This is not where you want to be fighting Zealots. He does have good surface area on the one. He's going to get the second. He does get all of them. But honestly, I feel like he could have waited for Dewalt to come out. And really, Dewalt pushing out like that continues to keep TrueTax on a very low drone count and just not a great place for him to be. We do have the first Hydras coming out. Another cannon's going down. Typically, you'll see 5 cannons here in total from the Protoss as they defend a potential Hydra bust. Corsair is out on the map. He's going to possibly get a free Overlord or 2. If he can find this one, that'll be great. Looks like he smells it, but hasn't seen it quite yet. He's got it. All right, he's got it. The Hydras are starting to go after the +1 upgrade. That would be fantastic for him if he can get it. Dewalt going past 5, plus Ultra here with the cannons, going up to a total of 8. Wow. He's like, you know what? I'm so far ahead, it's just not worth the risk of losing. He doesn't really know what the economy looks like for TrueTax right now, but, I mean, there's only so many Hydras he's going to be pumping out on 24 drones. This is not a typical... he's not there yet. You want to be at that mid-30 count so you can start pumping him pretty hard. And, yeah, not going to happen. It looks like Dewalt trying to save that +1 upgrade. He's going to do it at the cost of a couple of Zealots here, and the Zealots probably going to buy just enough time for that to finish. He's getting really close. TrueTax not fully positioned to take this out in time, and I think, yep, for sure Dewalt's got it as he's going to let it go now. No big deal as it goes down now, but... Oh, wait, is he going to get it? Okay, yeah, he does. It ended up being closer than I thought it was going to be. And drones, once again, going into the fight. I don't know what it is about Dewalt. He just attracts drones. It's like stalkers, you know? He's just attracting stalkers left and right, these drone stalkers here. And that didn't make sense. Hydralist Den, though, I think we've got both our upgrades completed already. We are not seeing a lair anywhere. We are seeing a just absolute ton of hatcheries, going up to 6 hatcheries here for this Hydralist production. 32 drones, but only 44 total supply. And with Dewalt moving out here, TrueTax might be in a little bit of trouble if he either doesn't get some static defense down or get his Hydralist clumped up in time. Curious if we've got leg speed. Is there a Citadel down yet? There is a Citadel, and I think we have Zealot speed as well. We do. Those are definitely some fast Zealots. They're going to get a couple of drone kills here, but looks like, yeah, I think TrueTax has got enough here to defend against that number of Zealots. There's only 6 of them, and a DT out again. Corsairs are doing what they can to see how many overlords there are out and about. So for now, those DTs aren't going to do much of anything, but they're just going to try to buy time. And looks like Dewalt trying to drag the focus away and pull all these Hydras, which he does. And the DT is going to try to sneak by as he is focusing on fighting up here. Let's see if it works out for him. The DT does get in. The Hydras are chasing him, but the Hydras don't see him. So TrueTax didn't actually see him. And while he lost quite a few Zealots here, it looks like it's going to work out in Dewalt's favor, as that DT is starting to get some kills. TrueTax hasn't reacted. Yo, not a bad reaction. Not too bad. 5 kills on that DT. Gets another kill, another drone, and he's just going straight after the lair. Okay. And at the same time, we see TrueTax is going for speed. 7th drone. Very nicely done. And Dewalt looking like he's going to get this 3rd base up and running here pretty shortly, which, again, TrueTax in a tough spot. He's mining off of 2 bases. He does not have a 4th base going up that he can transfer to, so he's just going to oversaturate his natural. Another DT gets a couple of kills over here, we just heard. So overall, good positioning for Dewalt in this game. I think he might even get a free Hydraless Den out of this. If he had started attacking it sooner, he would have definitely gotten it. It's going to be close. I guess I can shut this off so you can actually see what's happening. He's totally going to get it. Very nice. And he's going to get some drone kills. Oh, my goodness. Why did you put the drones back? No. That was a terrible idea. It's another 2 drone kills. And let's see where that puts him at. 10 kills total. And the drones go back again. Why are you sending them back so soon? All right. So this time, Dewalt's just going to hope that TrueTax didn't notice that he didn't kill the DT, which if he's not paying attention, he might think is the case. And we've got good Overlord spread now. So this is the beautiful thing about Sayer DT. The Corsairs forced TrueTax to put all of his Overlords together here, where he was rallying his Hydras, and then, which is safe. Really is safe for both DTs and Corsairs. Oh, beautiful, just running around the map like that. And now he's got fast Overlords, so he's not going to get too much more done. I stand corrected. He gets another drone kill there for a total of 11, I think. Looks like we've got some poking going on up there as well from the Hydras. But again, going back to my point, great job of pulling the focus here with the Corsairs and then attacking over here to pull all the Hydras. And even though we had Overlords here, it wasn't a big deal for the DT to sneak in and not take too much damage from a few Hydras. Dewalt, again, wow, full control group here of Zealots, +1, or 2 even for that matter, wow, all right. 14 Zealots making their way for a run-by. That Corsair is going to try to take out an Overlord. Doesn't look like he's going to get there, and solid interception from TrueTax. These Zealots are going to have a bad time. There's just way too many Hydras for him to try to deal with. He'll do a little bit of damage, but he's going to lose more than he gains here, and TrueTax picks up a nice little win. But we've got some action on over here. We just missed a storm drop. Looks like he took out all of the drones, and TrueTax, just too much going on, is not able to react quickly enough, and loses pretty much everything but the gas drones. And, oh, no, even loses 2 of the gas drones, down to 1. Immediately drones back up. He's at that 35 count, which is pretty nice. There it is. We've got a shuttle down here, so we may see another storm drop. I have no idea how much energy they've got, but again, look at all this dead space on this map. Like, what do you even do with this besides hide random stuff here? Not much. Mutas, though, are going in for the retribution attack, the revenge of the damage that he just took out, and I think he probably got a few drone kills here. Yeah, for sure, at least 3 or 4. Sayers, though, are going to be very effective at pushing this back. Even though there's only one of them, it's just going to make it so they're hesitant to take that splash over and over and over. He's obviously going to go after the natural or the 3rd base next, but we've got plenty of storm and a lot of dragoons here as well. So those mutas not super effective trying to run back. Whoa, okay, delayed storm. You guys, I'm helping. Oh, beautiful storm drop. He's checking. I think he was just checking energy up there. Beautiful storm drop incoming. Great reaction, but not enough. Still gets 5 or 6 drones out of that as well. Very nice harassment from Dewalt this entire game between the DTs. Now makes it an Archon. And he's going to lose both that shuttle and the Archon at some point here, but that's okay. They totally got all of the damage done that they wanted to get done. So no big deal. Dude, just take out the shuttle and leave the Archon. Who cares? Oh, come on. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't even reach that. Why'd you have to take him out? Actually, you could have tied up his supply. Until another... Yeah, I know. Until another shuttle came and picked it up. Right. All right, let's do an upgrade check. We got +1 attack for the Zerg. He's working on +2. We've got more DTs out of the map. Dark Archon. Oh, I didn't even get to look at upgrades because I was so excited about the Dark Archon. 101 for the Protoss. So Dewalt is working on nothing. He is not upgrading anything else right now. Anywhere. Just making units. That's cool, too. You need those, too. And looks like a couple free Overlords. And now we've got a Ser count high enough where these mutas really don't want to be working around them. And they are just, they're just going to get cremated. They go after a couple of Templar. They do get 2 or 3 Templar, but at what cost? Way too high of a cost, that's for sure. Oh, man, we just missed the opportunity of a Maelstrom. It's highly unlikely he's going to make any more mutas now. He's clearly making a lot of Hydras. Loses another muta down to 3. So unless you're going to save those for snipes or some weird stuff later, it's not going to do too much good for you. We do have the Dark Archon out. It looks like that wasn't scouted by these Scourge. They've got pretty small vision, so they can't see too much. Another free Overlord. Not going to supply block True Tax. Oh, never mind. 5 hit points left. Nope, he is going to be taken out. Again, not going to supply block anyone, though. True Tax has managed to get up this 4th base here at the 4 o'clock position. Very weird, random spot to put a base, but, you know, it is what it is. This is Tau Cross 3-player maps. This is what happens when you make 3-player maps. Very hard to balance 3-player maps, too, for that matter. And Dewalt is working on his 4th base as well. So, really just in a very solid spot. It felt like Dewalt has been slightly ahead this entire game, and he's just looking to stay ahead. So, very solid strategy. Went ahead, stay ahead. Actually, there's a whole bunch of Overlords here. You could potentially be taken out with those Corsairs, but chooses not to. Looks like he is going to be scouting out for hidden expansions or that normal expansion. And we got a big battle coming up here, or not. Looks like maybe the Hydras are backing off and just poking in and out. They do get a couple of Corsairs for free. And we see that all the Overlords are taken out. That does put them in the red. Maelstrom! Beautiful Maelstrom! Where's the storm? Where's the storm? There's no storm. There's the storm. He's going to take out all of those Maelstrom units. I love to see it. Unless you're Zerg, then you hate to see it. But God, that hit, that was one of the most maximized Maelstroms I've ever seen in my life. Just the number of units. I mean, outside of like a solid Muta Maelstrom, that's about as good as it gets. And Dewalt, happy to continue to push in here. He's got a very solid supply lead, 150 to 100 on very similar drone counts. More storms. He's pincering these Hydras. They're going to all be taken out. A couple of Mutalisks in the back dealing with the Dragoons. They'll clean up the Dragoons in the back. More storm going down on Hydras and Overlords and Mutalisks. And Dewalt just in a beautiful position here. There's nothing left on that Dark Archon. He's going to lose that Dark Archon. I love when they pop, by the way. Although there are a few more storms, so if anything, he's just a nice little fuzzy tank for a bit that can't do any damage. Those arms, he's got T-Rex arms. You can see the little claws on them. They just don't do anything. So the Hydras are going to be able to push this back, but at what cost? He is down to 70 supply. Dewalt finally pushing or getting pushed back here. He's going to lose that Dark Archon. I don't think he's too sad about that. Random Hydra running in to take out the entire base by himself. It's a solo mission. He's been watching Commando a little bit too much lately. Schwarzenegger can do it, but I don't think you can, True Tax. Sorry. And Dewalt doubles down. He goes back after this 3rd base here for True Tax with another group of Zealots. But right now, he's really just throwing Zealots away. Yes, he's keeping the supply count very low for the Zerg. Maybe getting a couple more drones here. Yeah, for sure. Gets a couple more. And really, he can afford to do it. So, not a big deal for Dewalt to lose those units. He's sitting on a solid bank. He's up a little bit in supply. Maybe it was kind of a bigger deal than I give credit to lose that many units. But again, he's still ahead. He's still very much ahead and in a good spot. True Tax is just trying to hang on right now. Lost a little bit over here. Looks like he might have lost a hatchery over here. at another attack at some point. More Zealots going in again. I love it. Dewalt is just everywhere. He's over here with a DT. He's over here with Zealots. And the Zealots, I mean, there's Hydras right next to the Zealots, but they can't even react because there's just so much going on. He's got this high threat of a DT that's got 4 kills on him. The DT continues to run away. Now TrueTax notices what's going on. Dewalt goes after the drones, gets all the drones, focuses back on the hatchery. Looks like he's going to get the hatchery as well. He does. A couple more drones pop out. There's only 2 Hydras to deal with, 4 Zealots. That's not going to work out. More DTs coming in. They're going to be able to take out the larva on top of everything else. And Dewalt is just, man, he's just everywhere. We've got a DT down here still as well. And as soon as he feels like it makes sense, I'm sure he's going to do exactly that. Bring him back up for maybe a couple more kills. He does. TrueTax is doing his best. There's just so much going on. This DT kills all the drones again. He's up to 10 kills total. This is insanity. And I swear, I think TrueTax is getting an award. He just got an achievement that went across his stream for making over, or his game, I guess not his stream, going over 100 drones built in a single game. Very nicely done, but not for the reasons that you want to. It's because of the DTs that have been doing so much work. Absolutely insane. And he decides to switch back to Muta. But there are a lot of Dragoons and an Archon and Templar, and he's going to go for the pickoff, but that Archon is just too much. A couple of shots from there, and I'm helping again. That's twice. I love it. It happens, man. It happens. You queue it up. The Templar just are not where they need to be. Looks like they're going to get a free observer there. That's cool. But Dewalt knows the position of the Muta, and he's going to be able to do more work. We are seeing TrueTax mining out of his main, transferring those drones over to the third, trying to get a 4th up and running here, and desperately distance mining even for that. Those Muta, oh, there it is. There it is. Where's the Maelstrom? Where is it? I forget how much energy. I think it's 100 energy. So it's going to be another 20 seconds before he can use it. But those Mutas are at high risk right now. He better be on high alert. They're going to go take out this pylon. So Dewalt, before he can secure this base, he's going to lose it, which is cool. Not a big deal. He's still ahead in general, mining 2 bases to... Yeah, no, I guess he's even. 2 to 3 here. That's pretty even for Protoss. But the Death Ball is getting Death Ballish. He's going to take out a Muta. Oh, almost take out a Muta for free. Muta coming in, trying to snipe on the back line here. They're going to see that Dark Archon. Now I think he does have enough energy for a solid Maelstrom. And Dewalt is ready to go. He's looking to end the game, I think. He's going to push in. He's going to see that there's still no base over here, although there is a drone. Supply blocks TrueTax to add insult to injury here. Dewalt's still trying to get that pylon down. Cannot do it. I kind of wonder if that's bait for the Maelstrom. That'd be genius. But Dewalt, I wouldn't put it past him. We've got a little bit of a counterattack going on here with some Hydras, a control group and a half, but really not that scary. Add the Muta to that as well. We do have a Templar with Storm, and Dewalt is on it. Manages to get a Hydra with it. DT's out on the field as well. We do not have any Overlords near there. Another drone kill for Dewalt over here. And, TrueTax is just, he's playing with fire. He loses another couple of Hydras, and they're not accomplishing anything, unfortunately for him. At some point, it looks like, oh, that was the DT we lost earlier. That's right. Single mineral patch left here in the main. Dewalt, oh, just so much red moving across the map. And he's basically pincering everything over here. A couple of free observers, that's nice. But, oh, here comes the Maelstrom. There it is! He gets all of the Muta. Does he have anything to deal with this, though? We've got pretty good attacks coming from the Dragoons. They're going to get a couple of Muta for free, potentially. No, he did not have the Storm nearby or the Archon, but who cares? He's just going to go take some bases out here. He's at critical mass with these Dragoons. 202 versus 2-1. Oh, so TrueTax is even behind on the upgrades for sure. And this is going to spell disaster for TrueTax. As soon as this base goes down, there's just nothing left for him to do. That is so many Dragoons, so much Storm, and I think we're about to see a GG from TrueTax. Indeed we do. Very well done by Dewalt, winning the race wars for the Protoss race. Not surprising, obviously the most OP race out there. Anyone will tell you that, Protoss players included. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. So one reminder, if you haven't already signed up, go check out the CPL over at TL.net. Sign up for the Coach Pupil League. Join us, play some games. I'll be playing in them myself. We'll be casting anyone that we play up against. If you're interested, leave a comment. Let me know that you joined, and we'll hope to see you there. And I think that's all I got for you. We're done with the race wars for now, so we're going to get back into some other replays coming up shortly. We've got Medina, who is going to be featured here next. And we're just going to keep pumping out some content now that I'm back and settled in my new house. So appreciate everybody hanging out and watching through the videos. If you made it this far, thank you. See you in the next video. Take care.